Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a Sunday sermon. I'd like to wish all of you a happy Mother's Day. I mean, that's also good for fathers because without fathers, you don't have mothers. So, anyway, today we are blessed. We are so blessed to have Mary, Mother of Jesus, with us on this Mother's Day. So, she's here and she's ready to speak. So, let's begin. Good morning, everybody. And yes, I too would like to wish you happiness and health on this day that you celebrate mothers. You see, motherhood is incredible. I know what it was like when I looked down at my new baby. I didn't understand all the aspects of it. I knew my baby was special. I knew what the angels had told me. But in that moment that I gave birth, I saw this incredible miracle taking place before me. Imagine a man and a woman unite in love, and the result is this incredible baby that comes forth. A human baby is the greatest miracle of God. Think about it. Think about the simplicity of the beginning and the complexity. Look upon that baby and know that God truly exists, that there's no other way this could take place. Know that that baby is going to bring you incredible happiness. As it grows up, it'll probably bring you grief. It's going to know more than you do in no time. But it is still this unbelievable miracle. This baby will learn from its mother. It will learn from its father. But it will spend most of its infant and growing time with its mother. It's the mother's responsibility to show this baby great love. That baby deserves love, and it deserves kind words, happiness, and joy around it. You see, that baby learns from its parents. If the parents show love to each other, then the baby has a good chance of showing love as well. If the baby understands that it can draw upon its mother and its father for information, for love, for care, for everything that it needs, then that baby is going to be happy. That baby is going to grow up knowing that its parents care for it, that its family cares for it, that it has a sanctuary. That child will know that it can return to its parents and it will be loved. You see, that's very important. Today, we're seeing deterioration of families. Poverty destroys families. If a family cannot afford to stay together, then that child does not have the example that it needs to grow. A baby needs love. But then God tells us to love one another. God tells us that he loves everybody, even those that don't believe in him. Many people find love very difficult to share. They find it difficult to talk about it. They find it difficult to understand. That's a shame. You see, that little baby, it doesn't understand all the complexities of adult human lives. All it knows is what it learns. If it learns violence, anger, then it'll stick with it. That baby will then show that anger and that violence towards others. It's the responsibility of the parents to guide that child and to help it learn. Now, we assist from this side, but there's not that much we can do if the parents are teaching a child counter to how we are trying to lead. The parents should ask for guidance. If they pray for guidance, then they'll receive it. You see, Joseph and I, we didn't know much. We were uneducated. We lived very simple lives. In those days, it was very difficult to get along. There was no safety net. The Romans were very violent. They would rise against you if you said any words that did not fit the ones that they thought you should be speaking. Romans worshipped many deities. You see, we knew that there was only one God. And we knew that the Romans would respond violently to that. So we didn't say much. We tried to just simply live our lives. Today, you'll find that there's many people that respond very negatively to you when you speak of God. That's because they know that God is the path to success, to independence, to love, to freedom, to all of the things that each individual is entitled to. If you take God out of your life, then what's left? Individuals seeking great power, one of the first things they try to do is take God out of your life. Look at history. Look what those that have done truly evil have tried to do first. They tried to take God out of your life. You see, you have to give God to that infant. That infant has to know that there is only one path to true happiness, and that is through believing in God. When I look down at my newborn, oh wow, I cannot even put it into words. The first time I held it, the first time I held the baby Jesus, it was unbelievable. Today, there are people that have no problems with taking the life of that baby before it's born. They refer to it as abortion. I refer to it as murder because that's what it is. You see, that mother will never have that experience of looking down at that newborn baby because she has taken its life. No other way to describe it. That decision to kill a defenseless baby in the womb is a terrible decision. In most instances, that decision will haunt the mother for the rest of her life. She may have other children, but she'll never know what miracle that was. That child could have been the next president of the United States. You see, you don't know. Every time that you abort the life of a baby, you are truly going against God's will. It's a decision. It's a decision you should never make. Now, there's times that the life of the mother may be at risk. There's times that perhaps something has gone wrong with the baby. I'm not talking about that. If the mother's life is at risk and she has other children, then she has a responsibility. It's a tough decision, but she must raise the children that she has. I know many of you didn't expect to hear that from me, but common sense dictates that she should not get into a situation that deliberately takes her life when there are others that totally depend upon her. What I'm talking about are the women that take the life of a child simply because they don't want to have a child. That decision should have been made before the baby was conceived. You see, those mothers will never know the joys of Mother's Day, will they? Because they've assured that they'll never be a mother. Very sad. The joys of looking at a baby are beyond anything I can describe. You see, a baby should be love. It's the personification of love. On this Mother's Day, I want you just simply to think about the love that you have for this child. If you're celebrating Mother's Day, you know what I'm speaking of. You know how special motherhood is. You know how that child should be cherished. You know that you've given birth to a miracle. Many say there's no miracles, but many have no idea of which they speak. All you have to do is look around at the human race, and each individual that you see is a miracle. God, my son, he knows everything. When he designed humans, he knew what he was doing. He knew that all life should begin as a miracle. All life should begin as an example of just simply what God can do. You're surrounded by miracles. If you don't believe it, think about some of the planets that cannot have any type of life. God chose your planet to be a place of beauty, a place of continuous miracles, a place that humans can thrive, a place that the miracle of birth must take place in order for humans to evolve. You see, God forced you to view a miracle. Many of you don't believe it, but none of you can explain it other than it's a miracle. Cherish your family. They are your most important possession. Cherish and love. Guide. Do all the things that you can to help your family fulfill the messages that God brings you. It's not difficult. Simply do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Show love. Coexist. When you see people of a different skin color or speak a different language, just remember that they are the same as you. There is no difference in your souls. Don't wait until you have to go to heaven to understand that. Know that all are God's blessings. I want you to have a wonderful day today. Look at your family, hold them and cherish them, and know that motherhood is the greatest badge to wear. So thank you for listening to me today. Thank you for allowing me to come, and thank you for taking time to hear me speak on this Mother's Day. So goodbye. My son is blessing all of you that are listening. Oh, he blesses everyone, but he is especially blessing those of you that show love and help pass on his words. So thank you and goodbye. Okay, folks, I think that was a great start for Mother's Day for you. Tell your friends about it. Can't do any harm, and I'm sure they will thank you. So we'll be back again next week, and we'll have another wonderful message. So goodbye.